Y'all.
Yep.
Y'all have talked about him before on here, Russell Wilson, right? He get a lot of flack on here, but he just came out and stated that in an interview that God told him that future son was going to be his responsibility. The reason why I'm bringing this up because I wanted to ask y'all, and y'all might have talked about it before. I think I've seen your views on the stepdad thing, but at this point, I mean, are you guys looking at somebody who does that more of a simp or more of a stand-up dude?
100%. No, you know what? Let's let the lady answer.
This nigga funny. So Russell Wilson just came out, said that, future son was going to be his responsibility. That's what God told him. Do you think he's more of a stand-up dude for doing what he's doing by taking care of somebody else's kids, or is he more of, I guess, a simp for doing it?
Simp. What is a simp?
Maybe not even.
We all know what a simp
would
is.
Do you respect a man that's taking care of somebody's kids that's not his? Would you respect him more?
I can have some respect for him because he's not obligated to do that, but he's choosing to, so I can have respect in like that area. But like I wouldn't necessarily call him a simp, and I wouldn't say that he's wrong if he chooses not to. Because at the end of the day, like it's not his child. And then like what if he ends up getting like, close to the child and in the situation, the relationship doesn't work out, then he loses that person and the kid. Right. And I feel like that's not fair. And I also seen a video about how the guy was saying like, he doesn't, because he's a stepfather, he doesn't really have any parental rights. So like he can't like, fight for the kid or nothing like that if the relationship wasn't to work. So there's like a catch to it. So
You wanna go?
You said, what was your question?
Is Russell Wilson respectable for taking care of somebody else's kids or not?
Man, we already know Russell Wilson is a different type of nigga. The thing with
my bad, not to cut you off. I don't even want to put it just on him, but just
we putting it on, bro.
Just
bro said God came down and told him, so we finna get into this.
That shit was crazy.
Because for one, it's wild because Future is still alive. It's like it's not like Future gone. It's not like you probably don't ever see his. It's not like you don't ever see his real pops or nothing like that. Whatever the case is, he just more in the media around his shit. And you even seen they had him at the game, and one of the rappers commented like, "Stop calling
shit, son."
Yeah, or whatever the case is. Like he's a stepdad and all that type of shit. I don't think you'll ever be fully respected by the woman either, because at the end of the day, the woman, you're not her first pick. Her first pick was Future. Because Future didn't get his act right, she chose to go back and deal with and with Russell and accept that. So in the back of her mind, you're not even originally her first pick. Just the guy that she wanted to build that family with didn't get right the way she wanted it. So she had to accept the terms of dealing with Russell. To go back to what bro always say, like, far as she wanted the Futures, but go to Russell now because he's accepting that. I think that's a lot of what niggas deal with when you trying to be a stepdaddy. Now, the only reason I have a low-key flip side to that, because I've been a kid growing up and I've seen niggas raise my homies that wasn't their kids, and they was like a real father to them. So that's the only thing in that sense. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's always just Russell Wilson is a simp at the end of the day. We know this. the way he goes about what he does with that kid is crazy. And you know what I mean? For him, whatever the case it may be, I don't think God sent you down there to do all that. But you could take responsibility. You accepted her. You're going to accept all that. But I don't think she's ever going to respect. You see the way she does things. She didn't do a lot of things with Future that she does with Russell. Even from, I don't want to say from the way she dresses or the way she acts accordingly, it's two different demeanors. You're getting a whole different person. So, like I say, when you are dealing with that, just be able to accept all of that, because you're not the guy she really wanted. If that dude that she had them kids with would have got his act right, she would have been with him forever. That's why they started the family.
I'm a mix of both, because I feel like there's instances where you could be looked at as less respectable for taking care of somebody else's kids. Like in the instance where I think the father of the children is still around, but in a disrespectful manner. I think things like that, he might as well just take care of the kid, or you don't have any say so in what the kids do or don't do. What the fuck am I the stepdaddy
You're
for? You know what I mean? If I can't discipline you, then what the fuck am I your stepdad for? Now on the flip side, well, I think it's respectable because like what you said, I grew up seeing a lot of niggas get taken care of by men that were not their fathers. And that ended up changing the trajectory of those young men's lives, you feel me, forever. So I think it all depends on how you do it and what you allow in your space when you're doing it. You feel me? That's what makes you respectable or not when it comes to taking care of somebody else's kids. Like, are you going to come in and make things better? Or are you going to come in and be, you feel me, the little man who, 13-year-old talking over you and shit, or you can't even, garner no respect between the kids. So I think it's differences.
Even on top of that, you're never going to be first. Her kids are going to come before you. All that other situation is going to come before you as a man. When you need her to do things, you have to damn near adjust to her schedule now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of her adjusting yours.
Ask the question again. I just want to hear it exactly so I can.
Do you think Russell Wilson is respectable for taking care of somebody else's kids?
Russell Wilson is 100% an unadulterated, grass-fed, free-range cornball. He is 100% a simp. To sit on national television or wherever the fuck he was at and say, God told me to raise another man's sperm cell that grew into a kid is crazy. This is he was swimming in another man's ball sack and God told you go raise him. That's fucking insane. Russell Wilson is textbook simp. And the only reason women love him and praise him is because they in the same position as Ciara and they hoping to find some multi-million-dollar simp. So they going online, I respect him. But then on the flip side, ask him, would you want your son to do the same thing he did? Oh, hell no, not my son. He better not take care of nobody else's kid. Yeah. But you're looking for that guy. That's the only reason they love him. Like bro just said, Future was the first choice. If Future could have acted like Russell and Ciara can just control him the way she do Russell, she'll still be with Future. Mm-hmm. Before she had Future kids, why the fuck didn't she go pick a Russell? Let's be honest. She wants Future. She just wants to be able to control him like Russell. And that's every woman. They want the street nigga. They want the nigga with the street cred, the cool nigga with the swag, with the everything that come with that lifestyle, but they want you to like long walks. I ain't gonna say long walks on the beach because I like long walks on the beach. They want you to be the Russell. They want you to be the God-given, the Christian. That just does not coincide. Any man taking care of another man's kids and he don't have kids, in my eyes, is a cornball. Unless it's like your brother died, I'm gonna take care of his kids. My best friend died, I'm here taking care of his kids. If you willingly chose a woman that already has kids and you don't have any, and there's a million women out here with no kids, all I can think of is you think less of yourself as a man.
Damn. I can't agree with that, bro, because I feel like shit could just happen.
Ain't no just happening. How could it just happen? She 22 with no kids.
Yeah.
I go meet a 22-year-old with kids, knowing it's 100 hers out here. How does it just happen?
He's saying you could meet a woman and you like that woman, and then whatever you start accepting everything else that comes with that.
What I'm saying is, as a man with no kids, you shouldn't even meet that woman. It should be a cutoff. It ain't even allowed to happen unless you have kids. Now, if you are a single dad, I could see that. That makes sense. If you're a man, successful, multi-millionaire, you have your pick at any woman, how does it happen with another man's cum bucket?
When you say when you put it that way, it does.
Because you brought up Russell.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. It makes it harder to refute that.
Another man's DNA is in your woman. Mm-hmm. It's still in her body. You chose her, and you a multi-millionaire. Come on, bro. You don't respect yourself. There's something upstairs that you don't respect yourself.
But and I get that, but it's because it's not like she was like doing a disrespectful job or she was like a hoe from what we know, right? We don't know. No, but you get what I'm saying is to where it's
I know
like,
what you saying. She doesn't have a shady past.
She didn't do anything that's disrespectful. She had a kid and he so happened to
There's no so happen. Once you got the kid, it ain't. I already know she got a kid. Strictly jump off. It ain't getting no past friends with benefits. Already locked in my mind. It ain't even possible. I don't care how great you are. I know for a fact there's somebody out there just as great, just without the kids. So there's no logical explanation other than you're a simp.
I think it speaks to too, like finding love earlier on, because the later you find love, the more chances you're gonna run into somebody with a kid.
That's why they go younger.
Now, but Russell he has an unlimited option in women.
Unlimited. Unlimited.
He has no. So basically, what he's saying, you shouldn't even. When you've seen that, you should have went left.
Do you guys really think there's like full chances of like 100% for meeting like someone who's like just for you, just matches you?
No.
I think that's so like.
Hell no. That's movie shit.
If you're looking for somebody perfect, you're never gonna find it.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean like how you're saying like.
I say 85%. 85%.
I get what you said. I do believe there's a match that's like, damn, this is like seem perfect.
And what if he felt like that was her, and that's rare to come across?
No, but as rare as it is, it's out there. I know it's out there. And I can't take that ride. Sorry. What's that Larry H. Parker shit? I can't take that ride. I'm sorry. It's over with. You and that little bastard got to get out. But it's crazy the way they disrespect Future.
The way you just said that is the same way these women be like, I know he's out there.
No, but that's different because of the statistics and the odds. You finding a multi-millionaire is slim to zero. Me finding a hot 22-year-old, 25-year-old with no kids is on every corner. And somebody out there is just as dope as she is, minus the kid. But the way they disrespect Future, like he said, like Future isn't even alive. Future is alive. I'm sure he's in his son's life. Y'all act like this man don't exist.
He only mad because he got a lot of kids.
The way she allows Russell to disrespect Future in my eyes by the way he parade his son around on TV. Even if you a stepdad, as a man,
but see, like,
you're supposed to have respect for his real dad. I could see if Future was a deadbeat. But Russell seemed like he was the nerd ass nigga that couldn't get the Ciaras ever. And he got resentment towards the Futures because they was the ones always taking his bitches. Now the second he could get one of Future bitches, he took it way past that. I got your son. This get back.
See, I look
That's
at
how I feel. This childhood get back. Revenge of the nerds ass
it's
nigga.
Like now that,
Revenge of the nerds.
Because it's like you damn near like, all right, if they got their beef or whatever they got, you don't need to get involved in that, regardless if you're dealing with his son or not. Respect between men. You should stay out of whatever type of baby mama, baby daddy drama.
But again, we're going off of shit. We don't know if they got beef. Like that's why I'm like, okay, if I'm bro's stepdad, I can't take him to the game.
No,
Right.
This is what it is.
If he's not doing it,
As a man, there is supposed to be a line of respect for another man that's taking care of his kids. I'm going out on a limb to say Future's not a deadbeat. Let's just go out on a limb and say that he's taking care of his kids. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. As a man, he's alive and you know who the father is. So you running around saying this is my kid, that's a slap in the face to his real dad and is disrespectful. You should say, yes, I'm taking on the role of being a stepdad, but he has a father.
Yeah, he delivered it wrong.
You still saying I'm his dad? You need your ass whooped. Because we all know who his dad is.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
Why the fuck you saying that's his dad?
Now y'all act like Future ain't even here.
Revenge of the nerd ass nigga. That's what niggas need to get beat the fuck up because
and they do it every time they have a public
every
appearance.
time this is what I'm saying. This is get back. This is a shot at Future. I'm his dad. No, you're not, nigga. I don't give a fuck how much you take care of him. His dad is Future. He came out of Future's nuts, not yours.
Yeah, for real.
Come on, cuz. Like, niggas is crazy.
It comes down to the intent.
Characteristic traits are going to come from Future and Ciara. None of that is going to come from him. You might mold him, but that's his son, and that's where it comes in. Like we say, the disrespect of, regardless, if you're going to be a stepdad, be that, but you ain't got to exclude Future as like he just nothing and whatever. It's me now. Like, nigga, I'm taking your son. Like,
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
But another question, right? Play devil's advocate. In these interviews and in these public appearances, when Russell is there and he gets asked about, I don't know the kid's name, but he gets asked about him. Is he supposed to bring up Future every time?
No, you don't even mention.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? How does he make it more
You don't have to
respectful?
mention Future to talk about your relationship with the kid that we know you're raising with your wife.
Yeah.
Future doesn't have to even be brought up. but Future's going to be brought up, but you still can exclude it not to even speak on that man.
Well, I don't think he's never spoken on Future. Like he's never said something out of his mouth pertaining
This
to Future.
is the shot though, saying this is my son.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's
that's the
not.
shot.
That's
Yeah,
like
that's the shot.
passive aggressive.
This
Yeah, yeah.
ain't your son. We all know for a fact this is Future's son. So why are you saying this is my son? No,
Well,
this is my
sometimes they really
stepson.
feel like that though. Like
It's not about what you feel.
It's about
it's
reality.
about the facts.
Y'all
That's
can't hurt your feelings.
Yeah, see,
no,
he's right to
but and I get what you're saying on that because again, yeah, Future could be sitting at home like the fuck.
Look, we podcasters,
son.
right? When we get as famous as we all gonna get, let's say you and her had a baby, y'all split. Now she with Messiah. Every time Messiah get interviewed, he act like you don't exist. This my son. We all know this Kylie's son. You telling me you're not gonna feel disrespected?
You really want me to be 100% honest?
Yeah.
It 100% depends on the relationship me and that man have. Because let me tell you why.
Why?
I don't-
If,
Hold on,
if
let
you
me-
still picking your son up on the weekends or every other week, you're not gonna feel no type of way. Like me saying that shit. That's my son.
Let me tell you why I might not. I'll tell you why I would and why I might
I gotta
not.
hear this shit.
I might not
don't give a
because
fuck about your son?
no, it's not that. It's because if I have a relationship with the stepfather, right, and he is in this young man's life, right, taking him to football games, basketball
all
games,
that.
all of that, right, then it's partly his son. I mean, at that point, it's partly his son.
It's none of his
Bro,
son.
there's no party.
It is
It's
at that
zero
point, though.
of his son.
His stepson.
He's being a father figure, but it's none of his son at all.
I think Russell Wilson is being a dad. Future, from what the looks of it, is being a father.
You giving me Russell Wilson
That's
vibes,
what that's giving
gang.
me. That's what that's giving me. Because anybody can put a nut in somebody, and let's not on Future, but men in general. Anybody could put a nut in somebody and be a father, but to take care of somebody, you got to be a
But
dad.
look,
So how can you?
Pause.
So how
That's
can you?
true.
Wait. So how can you
Maybe
say
that's what
that
he
this is not
means.
partly your son if
How
you've
can
been
you
raising him
taking
since
care
this
of him?
old?
How can you say?
Exactly.
How can y'all see
How?
say one is doing more? When we
I'm
don't-
not saying that. That's not what I'm saying at all.
No, you're saying he's raising them. We don't know really what's going on behind the scenes. The only thing you've seen is him go to basketball games and shit like that.
No, what I'm saying is that he should be able to say it's partly his son as well
No,
because
listen.
he's partly involved in
So
raising him.
let's say
That's
they
true.
have 50-50. Bro, it's just like bro said. 1 week, Wednesday to Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's with Ciara and Russell. Next Wednesday to Wednesday, he's with you. You're doing the same thing they're doing. How in the fuck are you gonna say this partially his son? No, he's just there being a father figure on her parental time. But the real dad is still here.
So if I take care of this kid Wednesday to Wednesday for 25 years, this isn't my son?
No. That's the whole thing.
All right then. I guess
and-
not.
and that's
It's
the-
not. Yeah.
Listen,
That's not my son.
That's
I
the
don't know how
whole
to.
thing with being a stepdad. No matter how much you do, it's never your son. This
I-
is still his
I get it
son.
I get it from a technical standpoint and like a definition
It's
of it.
never gonna be your son.
But speaking from like a I took care of you my whole life. This is my son.
That's
bro.
not your son. You took care of another man's son for 25 years. That's the
I
reality
get
you
it.
gotta face.
I get that part of it.
It's
for
not
sure.
your son.
For sure. But I think that in what moment, if another man is taking care of a dude's kid for 25 years,
There
and he
is no moment.
and he says, "This is my son," even though it's not his son, what else is he supposed to feel about
This
the
is
kid?
my stepson.
He is gonna know this is not really my dad. At the end of the fucking
But that's
day,
not true
regardless.
because you have children all the time that get
Said,
raised by the
"This is my
stepdad that this
dad."
says this is my dad.
Right,
This
but
is
the
not my
dad is be out the
and the dad
picture.
is still around.
No, there's no kids whose dad is still around and a full-time dad.
Future's not around as a full-time dad.
How
Let's
do you
cut the
know that?
cap.
How do you know that?
Let's cut the cap.
he's
No, but how do you know
Future.
this?
Because we've
He's
seen
Future.
multiple
What have you
things.
seen?
We've seen multiple things. Okay, question. What haven't we seen?
That don't matter. What have you seen to make that
The only thing
conclusion?
I seen with Russell was that he took niggas to the games.
The only
What
thing
have I seen?
the only
And
thing
we see from an optic standpoint, from
Okay,
what we've
from an
seen,
optic
is that they're
standpoint-
always together. He's never with Future.
Listen, just
That's
because
what we see.
hold on,
Never
just
with
because he doesn't parade his son around on social media
I'm not-
for likes like Ciara does, let's be real, she's still a baby mama
Yeah.
with some bitterness. Because
I'm not
every
saying she's
chance
not.
she parades this man saying this is his son on national TV. Because she know that's gonna get under his
How
skin.
long has Ciara and Russell been together?
I don't give a
No.
listen.
Wait. Let me just say something.
Go ahead.
At what point, and this is the only problem that I have with the situation. At what point do two people Russell and Ciara, right, get to live their life, right, with the stepchild or whatever you want to call it, without it having to be about Future and us doing things to get under Future's
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You get what I'm saying? Because at some point, niggas is living their life, bro.
It's never gonna be that. When you I'm gonna tell you when he stops saying this is my son, when he starts acknowledging he's a goddamn stepdad.
Okay.
He came out of another man's nuts. He carries another man's blood in his veins. I don't care how attached you get. This is never gonna be your son. Even if Future dies today, this is still Future's son. This is why I say don't be a stepdad. That way it's never in question.
I just don't think that at some point the family views it that way.
Yeah,
like I just don't think that a dude that's been around for 25 years, the kid is looking at him like,
you're not my dad.
You not like, even if he has two dads. I hear niggas, you feel me? Like I don't see that. I don't see that part of it.
He still can view him a certain way, but he still knows when Future shows up, hey, my dad outside.
Oh God!
He's not gonna sit here and say, oh no, my other dad. He's gonna say my dad is outside. What do you think he's gonna say? You think he's just gonna be calling him Future?
No. I'm saying this is the thing. What I've been saying from the jump is that they're obviously both parents in the kid. So they obviously are both in some way bro's father.
But how do you know this?
When he talks to, I get what you're saying, but when he talks to Future, do you think he tells Future my dad, or do he calls him his stepdad?
Well, do you think? No, I mean obviously.
I'm gonna tell you why that logic.
Obviously, he's gonna call. But bro, you talking to your dad? You're gonna be like, "Hey, dad, I'm gonna go to my dad." No,
I'm gonna tell you why this logic is bullshit. You'll have parents who are full time doing everything. Don't give a fuck about social media validation. Don't even post their kids because they don't want them on social media. But you'll have the ain't shit mom or the ain't shit dad when they get them on their little 5-hour visits. They taking them to Six Flags. They taking them to get cake and ice cream. And they posting everything. So when you compare the social medias, the ain't shit parent look like they doing everything.
That's true.
Really, they ain't doing a goddamn thing.
But you don't.
And the parent that's doing everything, that's not parading it, you can go, oh, that's deadbeat because I never see you with your kids. Okay, it's not for you to see.
You're right, but from what we've seen, you're gonna. So are you telling me that?
You keep saying what we seen.
What does Future have to prove for his relationship?
He doesn't have nothing to prove with it.
You're saying we're not seeing it.
But you're. So,
why does he have to show the fans?
Well, what I'm saying is that you saying that the person who parades their kid around is actually the bad one.
No, I'm not saying that.
Because I'm like,
don't believe everything you see is what I'm saying.
Listen to what he's saying, because Russell is posting his son, Future's son, and doing all this. Why does he have to do this so much? Because he knows in the back of his mind, this is not really his son. It's like you have to prove a point.
Yeah, you're trying to validate it.
Like I'm the one doing everything, and this is my son. Like, to do all that, and like you said, you talking about when can they get on with their life? Why are you on the internet talking about God sent you to do this?
Well, he was in an interview.
That's another shit.
He was in an interview.
He took the kid on because he wanted Ciara. That's it.
If
he wouldn't care about the kid,
he don't give a shit about that damn kid. He only care about Ciara, and he gotta take care of the kid because it's a package deal.
Okay.
But
how do we know that for sure though? Like,
Let's say that.
Listen,
I'm just saying that
I'm a parent. I used to post my kids all the time. The second I started doing content and getting in the media world, I stopped posting my kids. I post them here and there, but the media world is ruthless. Yeah. I don't want my kids online for these crazy ass fans to be using pictures and shit of my kids. So I don't post them that much. But anybody that knows me knows I'm a motherfucking full-time parent doing everything. But from the outside looking in, judging by what you saying, oh, he don't post his kids. He might not be a fucking parent, involved parent, because I don't post my kids and she does.
Well, that's all we have to go off of, and based off of what the reactions that she's had in interviews, based off of what he said or hasn't said.
You're a fan. It ain't for you to go off shit. This my son. I don't gotta prove nothing to the fans.
Okay, so then if that's the case, then my argument is correct as well. Because you're sitting up here saying that these people are doing these things for this type of reaction when you don't know that as well.
I do, because I'm a man, and I know as a man I would never call another man's kids my son, knowing he's still alive and active.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this is my stepson. His dad's still alive.
Everybody different. Like everybody.
He's a cornball.
I agree with Wilson being a cornball.
He ain't a stand-up man
in a greater scheme of things. But for taking care of the kid, I don't agree that he's a cornball.
Look, we run out of time. We gonna get back to this debate.
Taking care of the kid.
He's a motherfucking cornball. It's a revenge of the nerds situation. He couldn't get Ciara growing up. All the Futures was fucking them bitches. That's why the first chance he get, he went and got Future ex-girl and his kid, trying to call him his son because this get back for him. I don't respect it. You a motherfucking cornball for calling that man's son your son. And we gonna get back on this another day.
Yeah, this is cold. Yeah.
But fuck all that. The viral way.
Viral way, man.